I don't know which party my wife belongs to, but she belongs to my kitchen and my living room and the other room.
Hey, welcome to another episode of The Other Room. This is still the unhinged season where we bring you the saucy, sassy, juicy discussions in its rawest form. I still have with me today Chichi and Ursula. And together we are going to try to get into this very important topic. Of course, my name is Stella Benabenuapu, so it hasn't changed. Today we are going to be talking about self-pleasure, and we've titled it Pleasure Begins at Home. Before we get into it, you know how we do. Let your hair down if you have any. If you don't have any, grab yourself something to sip on. Cocktail, perfect. Wine, awesome. Some people said if you are a vegetarian and you're into grass, grab your grass.
Lemongrass.
Vegetables.
Lemongrass. Dillweed.
Okay. Whether it's in a tea or it's in something else, grab whatever makes you comfortable, whatever, helps you relax and be in the spirit with us. Because today we are traveling through the body, the spirit, and the soul. And we need you right there with us.
Amen.
All right. They're so serious.
Wait, isn't this supposed to be unhinged?
Girl,
I'm just saying. Okay.
Character.
Wait, is this a character?
Okay.
Girl, this is you.
I have been corrected.
Oh my God.
The correction stands. We are being unhinged, so they're actually being themselves, and it's fine.
What the hell? What's that supposed to mean?
You know what?
You said what you said. Now, like I mentioned, we are talking about self-pleasure, and I'm going to start with you, Chichi.
Okay.
For you,
Mm-hmm.
in your view, let me correct myself. But
Correct.
listen, even if it's for you, I mean, if you want to give us some deeds, like behind the scenes, we will take it. I mean, some classified documents are released to the public sometimes. Right to information bill, I'm putting in an application, release, But
Mm-hmm.
in your view,
Yes.
for you,
In my view.
and also in your experience, if you care to share, as I've
Mhm.
put in my right to information bill application, how does self-pleasure look like?
They're trying to put me in trouble.
Wow.
My baby sister is watching, baby. I love you, but yeah. Anyway. Okay, so a lot of the times when we talk about like pleasure, people think sex, right?
Mm.
But what's it again? Self-pleasure. It's not limited to your masturbation.
Mm.
It's also finding things that you love and
For a
then
lot of people,
indulging in
masturbation
them.
is only around the vagina. So.
Thank you for saying that. So, okay, so I'm going to speak about like self-care on a broader term, then I would narrow it down to what everybody is here to do, naughty children. So, sorry, naughty adults. Child, please. Anywho, so it's for a lot of people, pleasure is, what was I going to say? For a lot of people, pleasure is listening to music, is just finding things that interest you, finding things that calm you, finding things that center you. It's finding things that stimulate you physically, mentally, spiritually. Some people's meditation,
Mm-hmm.
it brings them release in every sense of the word. It makes them release. It brings them fulfillment. Something pleasurable is something that makes you fulfilled after you're indulging it. Yes. So for those who are actually sapiosexual, and when I'm saying those who have the IQ to be sapiosexual, not those who use it as a buzzword in their bios. Oh, don't worry, we will. It's stimulating your intellect. For people who are artistic, it's writing, it's listening to music, it's painting, whatever it is that you do, because this world is crazy, especially for a woman. It's 10 times worse, even though the other gender would not agree to it, but it is 10 times worse. So you need a place where you can escape, you can cater to your body, your mind, Also, that is what gives you pleasure. And then you can rejuvenate, so then you can face the craziness of the world. Do you get? But then bringing it down to sexuality, it's not just rubbing your clitoris. It's not just rubbing your G spot. The thing that you know where to find and your partner doesn't.
Some women don't even know how to find it.
I hope you do.
I hope we'll get into that.
So,
You have like a dark testimony.
Okay. Yeah, she will do the tutorial for
Esma is like, see, she's the unhinged of the unhinged at this point. But you, Chichi, you go on.
Okay, so can I get my point across?
Yes.
Thank you.
Please.
Anyway, so so with the physical pleasure, the sexual pleasures, it's not just limited to touching it's learning your body, exploring your body, finding your erogenous spots. Because again, like I say, for those of us women who are cursed with heterosexuality, which is the absolute ghetto, you need to understand your body and know how to please yourself so you can attempt to teach your partner how to please you. If not, so orgasm gap is still going to be 75% to nil. You get. So that's where self-pleasure comes in. You could do it just by feeling yourself. You could feel yourself. You could use aids.
We'll get into that. Let me hold on. Not orgasm short.
Like she was coming.
It's like pointers and interrupters.
She was
I didn't even know what I was gonna say.
It's like when you're having sex with a man and you're like, I'm coming, and then he switches up on you.
It's
like,
stop interrupting. Let me come.
Let her come.
So like I was saying,
I'm sorry.
I mean, you can use toys. I mean, there's so many things. The toys we're going to talk about later. But so essentially, it's just finding things that makes you happy, that centers you, that makes you calm, that fulfills you. That is self-pleasure. I'm done. See?
Did you hit cloud nine?
I swear. I can hear sweat. I need a cigarette. Oh no, please, I'm a nice girl.
What she said.
And what else?
And for me, self-pleasure is indulging my senses. Because that's how we receive information. Yeah. So I like to watch particular kinds of things. I like to listen to particular kinds of music. I have different playlists for different moods. I then put a player and go like music.
Yeah.
Sure.
If Bukiyat has catched me with the music, if you understand. And there are textures I like. And this is very, I have sensory issues, so like I'm very particular about the things I wear, because if it doesn't feel good on your skin, why are you wearing it?
Yeah.
True.
Because he wants it, are you mad? Like, you are the star player, you are the MVP. Like, do things that make your senses happy. Don't be wearing something that's okay, you'll be like, because you want to look good. You have to feel good first. So feel good, like stimulate your eyes, watch stuff that's fucking your brain, that makes you like pushing your perception of things.
Yeah.
Like listen to stuff that is like
yeah. Tickles your brain.
Yeah, taste, like eat strange things. Like I'm not saying like where it's but like try something new. Like what if there's something that's like you really like you haven't tried yet? You won't know till you try. Like
be adventurous with your palate.
Exactly. So do things that would excite your senses, that you like. I may like this because I like this. They are similar. Like explore.
Yeah.
The more you explore, the more you find things that will make you happy. It's hard to say be happy in this current world because once you open your eyes,
get to
trauma,
stress.
Yes, get to
not fixing your broken sink. It's some broke ass nigga
that's
spamming you dick pics. Like
that's oddly specific.
Right? Very like, ma'am.
I cried when my point is cliff notes. Titillate your senses. I'm done.
Wow. So narrowing it down to sexual pleasure, self-pleasure. Chichi has touched on some. See, I said I wasn't going to be a host. I'm going to be part of the conversation. Like, it's a conversation.
I
wonder why I'm asking questions.
You're
like,
just used to it. Force of habit. Don't worry, you'll be fine.
Yes, ask me a question, please.
In
line. In line with the topic. I know you. In line with the topic. Okay, ask me.
What does self-pleasure look like to you? Like how
so you just switch the question.
No,
okay.
That is different. Like to you in particular.
That wasn't very creative. But go ahead.
Sexual pleasure. Sexual pleasure for me. First of all, it's for me, it's important that I respond to how my body is communicating to me.
Okay.
For me, that's where it starts. So I am feeling horny. Ideally, you would say, like, I have things to do, or, I'm going to wait till I meet my partner. No, for me, it starts with honoring your body's needs. So I'm feeling horny. Okay, what do I do to make myself get horny? There? How do I satisfy that? So self-pleasure for me begins with allowing my brain and my actions to, just be in line when I'm in that place. Yes, to synchronize. And also, it took me a while to learn to play with other parts of my body. Like Chichi said, it's always dip in the butter or the DJ. Like, it took me a while to learn that, okay, I could, touch other parts of my body. Like, when you touch your boobs, what happens? How do I feel? When I touch this, at a point, I accidentally realized that when, like, is it clutch? Is the word clutch? Or, like, clench, whatever the word. She's a bro for madam. Like, when I, like, squeeze my thigh, whilst I am, getting to the height of pleasure, it's as to, like, it makes it really
it
nice.
Does. It's the
okay. Right,
yeah,
right.
I know what that is.
Right. So I started discovering so much about my body. So for me, self-pleasure is really, sexual pleasure. It's honoring, putting my body and mind, making sure they are in sync, exploring other parts of my body, bringing my sex toys to the playground, just laying, like, if laying in bed and in a certain position makes the bullet hit better, that's what I'm going to do. If I need to, you asked.
You said,
ma'am, you asked.
No, go ahead. I'm enjoying it. Go ahead. Don't stop it.
Like, if I'm feeling like doing it with a sheet on me, or with a sheet aside, or with the AC on, So for me,
I think they're recording. We can take the notes.
That's all of that. I'm sure we'll talk more about it as we go on. But for me, it's not just about wanting to please myself, just getting it over with like men do with women. It's more like making sure the conditions are right, the tone is set. Like, sometimes I don't want to hear any noise from anywhere. Like, it's distracting. Making sure that everything is in, and my mind is correct, and then.
What is
for me? That, you get to the destination.
You mean you have an orgasm?
Yeah.
And there are words for these things. Use them. You'll be fine.
And then orgasm. That's what self-pleasure is to me. Personally, me, myself, and I. But once we've gotten that out of the way, let's talk about how important
we really
is.
did get it out of the way.
When Chichi was talking earlier, she said that you have to know so that you're able to communicate that to a partner. Is that all there is to it?
No, I mean, that's just one. It's just
No, I'm just
yeah, that's not all. I mean, you do this for yourself,
yeah,
but then you also want to be pleased
absolutely.
when you are in.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So it's sort of a tool to help you
So
in
let's get into the details of
Mhm.
both.
Both. Elaborate.
It's
Ask
been for
specific
yourself,
questions.
or it's been
It's never for your partner.
Right.
Let's get that straight. It's never for your partner.
I mean, it could be in certain contexts, but let me not be the devil's advocate. Continue.
No, please, we are not advocating for that particular type of devil here. Not that devil. In my opinion, it's never for your partner, because what is for your partner is you being able to please them. Now, in the situation where they're unable to please you, it is for yourself, because then you can direct. That is if they are directable. It's not even a word.
If they are teachable.
If they are teachable, if they are agreeable,
directable. we can make up words.
I mean,
no, we can't. Let's not do that. Please.
Everyone was doing that.
Language time.
As a Logomaniac, I do not co-sign this.
I'm a level faculty, but I co-sign this. I stamp. I approve.
Listen, we are going to leave this argument for the Queen's people.
Okay. So on the what kind of fancy then? Yes. So
Chichi, come here. Come back to us.
I'm sorry.
Come back to us.
So like I was saying, it's for yourself, right?
Yeah.
It's for you to be able to tell your partner where to touch, what to do to please you.
Yeah.
So even in a situation where it's not just you, right? You are also prioritizing your pleasure.
Yeah.
I mean, for yourself, it's just knowing yourself and knowing how to make the journey easier. Next time, you just need a quick fix. Do you understand? So the thing is that if you know it, it's not now you're going to be doing, oh my God, no.
Yeah.
You know that, okay, so if I want like a 5 minute intense, I'll do this, you know. I don't know if you play video games, like when you're playing with AAB, up, down, AB,
No, I
AB.
don't.
I want to play Mortal Kombat and he wants to, up, down, AB. You already know,
you know the sports.
You get it. You know how to get a fatality. You know how to get a brutality. Yeah. You get it.
True.
Yeah. So
true that.
And if I want a 1 minute intense, I'm like, ooh, power wheel. You get it? It's not. So it is to be able to please yourself, because again, especially as African women, we've gone generations of being inhibited.
Yeah.
Right. If you're going to let loose, there's no point in letting loose if you're not enjoying it. You're going to sin, don't waste your sin. No point in let me be serious. 1 minute. Seriousness. Yeah, so like I was saying, there's no point in letting loose if you can't enjoy it. And learning your body helps with your pleasure.
Awesome.
Your turn to talk.
About what?
She's hosting when she's not supposed to host.
No, but see, like you just finished talking, right? And Esla is not saying anything.
I was about to say.
So
if I was soaking in what I said.
Please, we can't have dead air.
Ah, good.
Stopping you from talking when she finished talking. Anyway, so
okay. Please cut that part out.
One part is let's be there. Who said she's slacking?
I am being bullied.
Hurry up.
This is bullying.
So for me, I have to I don't know how to say this, but one of the dimensions of self-pleasure for me was staying out of trouble.
Girl.
So growing up, I was raised in a very conservative Catholic home. My mom calls herself a fanatic Catholic proudly. So like you get the environment.
That's a lot.
Very a lot. So like it's anything, like even sleeping beyond waking up hour is taboo. Like if I get from school and come home and I have nothing to do at home, so I'm like, let me sleep in today. What school I would do Saturday? We get Saturday, that kind of thing. Yeah. They don't understand why you'll be doing a thing just for the thing's sake. So I had to learn, like, I'm a growing teen. My body has needs. I don't understand these needs. The person I will talk to about those things is like, shouldn't have them in the first place. When they can go and pray fast.
Yeah.
Wow.
So like, how do I deal with these things? Knowing that I'm in a home where like I began to DJ. Because like your body has needs. When you're hungry, you eat. You are sleepy, you sleep.
Yeah.
You are thirsty, you drink water. You are horny, you fuck. If you can't fuck, masturbate.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
So like I began masturbating because I am horny. They say I can't go eat boys. Or I'll get, they say if I touch boys, I'll get pregnant. Like they're gaslighting. And because this is a person you trust a lot, but like that's your partner,
You believe
you believe it. So it was like, I want this thing to go away. It wasn't even like pleasure for me of sorts. It was like, this is an annoying thing. Go away. I need you to go away.
It's a discomfort.
So how do I make it go away? So like I began to see if you want to go in detail, there are funny things I did to my body before. Which makes it interesting because then you know that this doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
And so in trying to get rid of that uncomfortable feeling, I discovered actual self-pleasure. I didn't begin peace. I was just, let me say, satiating myself, like just, but then I realized that, this thing is necessarily a bad thing. They're just telling you it's bad because they don't understand pleasure. But like, if you do it this particular way, this happens. You do that, that happens. If you do this and that, then that happens. And stemming from that, I learned to pleasure myself. So I inadvertently learned all the things that make me tick because that's all you do. Because my mother is asleep after 9:10, under the covers, pressing buttons.
The hormones are all over the place.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like I learned the things that make me tick, so that when I'm with it, like I will legit like me or previous times. All right, I'm like fuck you. I don't give a shit. Get out of my room. But like when I began to have sex, if I don't come, I'm like, I know what to make myself come. So like, you hurry up and go. Let me do the actual business.
A lot of women
it's my
like that.
We DIY our way.
Yeah. So that's how my
DIY.
my foray into like self-sexual pleasure began. But then it began to get boring because, like I said, I was 18. All I know how to do is DJ. Like I'm learning things, but it doesn't occur to you that pleasure doesn't have to be centered here.
Yeah.
It could. I mean, beneath your feet, behind your ears, your scalp. I mean, there are switches everywhere.
Oh my god!
Let me tell you, this is classified information that is being redacted. I don't go to hair salons because my scalp has switches. Girl, if I go to a salon now,
you'll be in the chair like this.
I wouldn't be like this, but.
You'll be moist. Like that. Very moist.
They do it. She's like, my God.
Look, some of these hairdressers, they be diabolical.
Look, it's the dandruff. They're trying to get rid of the dandruff.
I don't have dandruff. No. This woman, like, that is pleasure too. You can do it for yourself. Sometimes, like when I'm in the house.
No. You can pay someone to do it nicer.
No. Yes, it's nicer. But sometimes the wallet is not wallet. Or the Accra has finished the I'll just wash my hair and I'll just be there just like, oh yes. For myself, because why not? I don't owe anybody decorum. Like you don't owe anybody decorum or put like make yourself happy. If on a random day you go and lock yourself up in your room and lash yourself and not happy, lash yourself. Do things that excite your senses for you. Maybe it wouldn't begin like that. Like mine didn't begin like mine began as this uncomfortable thing go away. But then I segued into this is nice, and this is nice, and this is nice. And it could be the same for you. Remember that masturbation is STI-free sex. No, legit. It's STI-free.
It's gaslight-free sex.
True.
It's STI-free and it's also
gaslight-free, disappointment-free.
Exactly. No morning after text. I have to text. I have to like no weird pillow talk. The person is bad at it. You're like, what is this? You like, it's you. Everything is to your standards.
Yeah.
Like you understand that. So like, once in a while, what's the boy? What's the girl? Just
a successful outcome is guaranteed.
Period.
Almost always.
Not always.
So
I mean, if you don't get off track, that is
No, for research purposes, what were the crazy things you did to yourself?
If she wants to share that.
I don't mind sharing, But then people looking at me 3,355.
Then don't share if it matters. There are two things I picked from what you were saying, like how we usually get into masturbating. You know, we are constantly told that masturbation is a sin. They tell us if you masturbate, an evil spirit will marry you. So whilst you are doing it, it is not you pleasuring yourself. It's actually a spirit, spiritual husband having sex with you. That is a big fat lie. There's no spirit gallivanting anywhere, listening out for girls masturbating so they can jump in the body and have sex with them. That's a lie. That's just a lie the adults told you to stop you from exploring yourself sexually. They try to say that to like inhibit your libido when you start feeling them. Of course, that's true. But you know, like I was saying, there are no evil spirits involved in masturbation. Let's get that out of the way. There are no evil spirits involved in masturbation. It's just you and your hormones, which are very natural. Your body makes you feel that way because we are meant to be reproductive human beings. And so your body makes you horny so you can go have sex and reproduce. And sex doesn't always have to be for reproduction. It's also mainly for the clitoris exists just for pleasure. That's its only function in your body, for pleasure. Don't deny its basic God-given, if you believe in God, God-given function. You know, so I just wanted to get that out of the way. The other thing you mentioned also was that, what was it? That, you know, it's, a lot of the time we are made to feel like pleasuring yourself is like a build up for sex. Like that's the only way. So it's like, it's supposed to be foreplay. So when you are not having sex with someone where you are doing foreplay before you actually get to the penetration bit or whatever, you know, the sucking and the what, pleasuring yourself is just foreplay or like a prerequisite for sex or a build up to sex. And that is so wrong. Exactly. So if you're single, you're not pleasuring yourself. No, that is so wrong. Self-pleasure is for you to enjoy yourself, first of all. So you're feeling horny and you want to enjoy. Let me say something. So the World Health Organization defines health, right, as a state of complete physical, emotional, and mental well-being.
True.
Being able to have good sex, like sexual health, is part of that. So if you are not honoring your sexual needs, you are unhealthy. And if you're waiting for someone else, I mean, if honoring your sexual needs is dependent on somebody else, you're going to be unhealthy, and that can kill you. Sexual frustration, mental health. Take your mental health. Yes, you know, please yourself, however that looks like to you. And like, you know, Chichi and Esla were saying, like, I totally agree with you that, you know, it's not just here and here. Some of us don't even do here. Let's see the combination of there and here.
When we say there and here, they have names.
The vagina and the nipples. The clitoris and the
nipples. And the nipples.
The G-spot, the clitoris,
and the... Sometimes you want to have 3 hands. Sometimes you want to have 3 hands. So you can put this on there and
go have 3 hands. You can, then palm. Then,
you said use words. Use words.
I'm saying you can't have 3 hands. There's a sex toy for everything.
The one that stays.
There's a sex toy for everything.
The one
you don't have to hold. No, the suction you have to hold, but the one that's too.
No, they have some you don't have to hold. So it has the G-spot stimulator, and then the clitoral suction. So you put
it's that one. Yeah, and then it stays. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, so it stays, and you can use 2 hands. See, we'll do a whole episode on sex toys, but for now, you know, let's just go back to what we're talking about. So, like I was saying. It's leaving your sexual health in the hands of someone else or waiting till there's someone else to experience it with is dangerous to your health. Because, you know, like I said, you want to honor your body's needs. It's not just physical, it's mental, it's emotional. You need complete well-being and your sexual health, and I'm like, it sounds like I'm joking, but I'm not joking. It's very serious. Your sexual health is as important as when you have malaria and you are going to get treatment, when you have COVID, when you have tuberculosis or whatever. So do not limit yourself because they've told you self-pleasure is an abomination, or it's demon, or like some demon will enter you.
Demonized,
yeah.
Something has occurred to me. Sometimes a lot of you walking about just need to wank.
Bro,
It's sexual frustration.
All the people are stressing you. You are angry. You are not letting it out.
It's sexual frustration.
Girl, you need to wank.
There's this like jerk off thing. I watched it like some years back. I think in New York.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's in New York. I don't know. I watched it on TV. They had this cubicles where you could just go in and jerk off. And, like in the middle of the
That's
street.
an interesting.
I don't know if it was real. But I remember watching that. I was like, damn, we should have that. The idea. Public wife station.
We should have them.
Wait, I need to Google this. Masturbation.
No, but I want us to just quickly, because we've run out of time actually, but we need to wrap up on this before we leave. Like I said earlier, we come here to educate. We are chit-chatting, but the goal is to educate and to inform, and we want to leave here having done that. Quickly, why is it important for us to build that connection with our body? Because we've explained that self-pleasuring is a way of building a connection with your body. We haven't mentioned that, but okay, now I'm mentioning that. It's a way of building that connection with your body. And for me, that is important because, aside the fact that it helps you understand your body better, like this is your body, you live in your body. This is you. So it's important to have that connection with your body, to know which part of your body is pleasurable, which part isn't. And it's not only for you to understand how to please yourself, but also know what you like and what you don't like. If you don't know what you don't like, you're going to open yourself up for unnecessary, poking. So we're poking. Like when you're able to have that relationship with your body, it also helps you mentally.
Yeah.
Like you are mentally in tune with your body. And when you're having any sexual experiences with anyone or any group of people, or even with yourself, there is that connection. There's that duality between your brain and your body, and you are better able to respond. It also gives you much, much better orgasms.
I think generally it's just people need to learn to be intimate with themselves.
People need to learn to be comfortable with themselves as they feel.
Yeah.
So you know how some people cannot bear to be alone with themselves.
True.
As long as it's just them in their room alone, they have to call someone, they have to go out because they can't exist with themselves. They haven't gotten to that.
Spent time.
Yes, they haven't got to that point where this is what me like. So when they're alone, they don't know what to do because they don't know what they like. They don't know what they hate. So they're always depending on someone for what are our plans, where are we having dinner, where are we, that kind of shit. It's not ideal because sure, friends are there, they're a support system and everything, but they won't always be. I always say that the only thing you have in this world is your body.
Yeah.
You came with it, the only thing you will live with. No matter and if that body
and you live in it
and it isn't functioning right, how are you going to function? And if you are not in touch, if you don't know what you like, you feel that you are sick or you are you understand, because you know that let me give an example. Let's say you have
is the example going to be short before they throw us out?
Don't throw us out. Let's say you do not DJ. You do not DJ at all.
You do not masturbate, you mean?
They are using euphemisms. You do not DJ. And then you have maybe some rashes or something over there that aren't you will not know. You wouldn't know. You can't feel it because so it will get to the point where it's blood proportion.
Yeah.
It's not a thing. But imagine maybe you schedule some me time every weekend, candles, music, everything, and then you're like, how you rough kakra?
Yeah.
So like, it's not just because you want to do alcohol, you want to come and stuff. No, like there are actual reasons.
Is that how you
know?
I was going to ask the same, but go ahead.
I actually think that's how men do it. That's how I envision men come. So,
okay.
Yeah. So if
You're not far off.
so if you're actually in tune with your body, when the imbalances are imbalancing, you feel it. I'm getting sick, or maybe I am stressed. I am irritable because this has happened. You know that because you know yourself. You know the things that irk you, that take you off.
Yeah.
And that comes with spending time with yourself.
Yeah.
It's not every day that Friday night, but you go party, you go club. One Friday night, share down the talk about bucket ma to the few down massage, hot shower, like learn the things that make your body comfortable. So that when your body is becoming uncomfortable, you will realize it on time.
Yeah.
So it doesn't get too late. You're like Yanka.
Now, Cage. Thank you, Esla. Wrapping up. Chi.
Oh, I think everything that has to be said has been said. I think the most important thing is that people need to understand that intimacy doesn't always have to lead to an orgasm. Pleasing yourself doesn't always have to lead to an orgasm. But then you just have to feel good. Fulfillment is not always about wetting your sheets.
True.
Just learn to be intimate with yourself. Because, like she said, the only constant in your life right now is your body, is your health. So that's all I have to say.
Thank you, Miss Chi. So I'm just going to wrap up. I know that our producer is just about to kick us out and we are trying to be good girls, but I'm going to wrap up with these few principles. Please, in this moment, I'm being a good girl. In this, I'm going to try to wrap up with these principles. These are principles put together by the Pleasure Project. They are the pleasure organization. So they've given these principles that will help guide you in your pursuit of pleasure, including self-pleasure. So the first one is to love yourself, and that's very important. Love yourself, love your body. I know they say, oh yeah, some people are just ugly, and you say, oh, everyone is beautiful. But see, your body that you have is the body that you have, and it's beautiful and it's gorgeous in whichever form it's presenting. If you don't love yourself, you can't even begin to allow yourself to please yourself, not to talk of allow someone else to please you. So love yourself. The second one, embrace learning. Everything we've said, we've talked about learning your body, learning to understand your body, learning to understand what takes you and what aches you, what you like and what you don't like, what is new, even, when you're with other people, but most importantly for yourself, embrace learning. DJing isn't the only way. Sometimes dipping the butter also works. We said, masturbating on your clitoris isn't the only way. Sometimes
rubbing your clitoris.
We said we are doing
the entire
rubbing your clitoris isn't the only way. Sometimes, try to find your G-spot. Go in there, explore, you'll find it. We'll do a separate episode on that. But embrace learning, explore, talk sexy. Listen, sometimes when you're naked and you pass by your mirror, take a step back and go, wow.
Damn.
Like you're fine, talk sexy to yourself. Flirt with your. Listen, the next one, be flexible. Be flexible in your thinking about pleasure. Be flexible in your dealings with your body. Be flexible. The next one is think universal. There's so much. There's so many things that could please you. Think universal. Be open. Explore. Be open to new things. Be open to new pleasures, new sensations, new experiences. The next one is rights first. You have a right to sexual pleasure. Like we mentioned earlier, you are a sexual being that can be pleased. You have 10,381 nerve endings in your clitoris alone. Plus your boobies, your nipples, your thighs, your ass, all the sensations they give you.
Your perineum.
Yes, you have a right to explore all of those. So explore them, please. And when you're doing it with somebody else, you have a right to orgasm. If they're not making you come, leave. And the last one, be positive. Keep an open mind. Be positive. Understand. I don't know how you've been feeling, but understand that you are capable of pleasure and you can do it. Take your time, explore, allow yourself to be in the mind, the emotions, get everything right. Just relax. and understand that you're capable of pleasure and you have a right to pleasure and you can pleasure yourself by yourself. As they say, DIY is the best. I don't want them to talk anymore. So we are wrapping up here. Thank you for staying with us for yet another episode. They're making me shout, but like I'm not shouting on you. It's them, right? But yeah, we are wrapping up on that note. Please do interact with us on Instagram at GCRTOR. The page is The Other Room. The show has been The Other Room. It's still the unhinged season. We are still being sassy and raw, and thank you for letting your hair down, sipping on your drink or whatever, or your grass, and staying with us. We are going to come your way again in our next episode with another sassy, saucy, raw topic. Until then, it's bye from me and these ladies.